flashcards, your textbook, whatever resource you need to fully understand that term. Yes, this habit will make your study sessions longer and more uncomfortable, but as you've probably heard many times over the internet, if you're uncomfortable, it means you're learning. In my opinion, it's very easy to just dismiss or put off the things you don't fully understand, and you need to do everything you can to prevent that from happening. Now, there's another habit I want you to follow as well. Let's talk about it. Alright, so this next habit is less of a habit and more of a life philosophy, and here it is. Get comfortable asking for things. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the context of college admissions. If you're a high school student, there's a good chance you've seen those college acceptance videos all over YouTube. You see these students screaming, jumping up and down, getting into a bunch of Ivy League schools. So like any normal high school student, what do? Well, you try to figure out what the heck they did in high school. Slowly but surely, you find out about the activities they did, the awards they won, and you slowly tell yourself, there is no way I could ever do this myself. And look, part of me accepted the fact that I probably couldn't do most of that stuff. For example, some of the students that are winning these international math competitions literally start training while they're in elementary school. But at the same time, I was looking at some of these activities and accomplishments and telling myself there might be a way that I could do that. For example, a lot of these superstar students were doing scientific research in high school, and I slowly realized, wait, if I just email professors at colleges around me, I could probably get a research position myself. And that's what I did. I sent off a bunch of emails, not afraid, asking for a potential research assistant position or an internship position. And before you knew it, one of those professors got back to me and offered me a position. And I actually did a similar thing to become editor-in-chief of my school's newspaper. So I joined newspaper club my freshman year, and by the time I was a junior, I had written a bunch of articles, and I even helped to digitize the entire school paper. Now, there really wasn't a formal way of choosing editor-in-chief, so when the old one was graduating, I went up to the advisor and asked, hey, could I just be the next editor-in-chief? And given my track record, it wasn't too hard for her to say yes. Look, the big takeaway here is that if you really want to bolster your high school resume, lots of things won't just be handed to you. In fact, some of these things don't even have applications. You kind of just need to understand what you want, who you'll potentially have to ask, and then have the guts to go and ask them. This could be for research, getting a leadership role, job shadowing, starting a club, getting funding for a business, and so on. Trust me, learning how to send the right cold message to the right person can drastically change your high school trajectory. Maybe I'll make a video just about this. Let me know. Oh, okay, so next habit. I want you to do something that you enjoy every single day. It could be listening to music, it could be watching your favorite TV show. Honestly, if all you're doing is working day in and day out, you're eventually going to burn out as a student. And look, I'm not asking you to indulge yourself for like several hours every day. I'm just saying that you should find something small that makes your day a little bit better. Maybe it's going for a walk, maybe it's reading a little bit, maybe it's trying out a new hobby. A little bit of variety that comes in the form of doing these small things that make your day a bit better can make it so much easier to be a student. Now look, you might be sitting there saying, Gohar, I'm taking like 4 or 5 AP classes. I do not have time to read or watch TV shows. And yeah, I totally get that. So I have 2 other solutions. One, just do something you enjoy each day, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes. If you're short on time, that's totally fine. Just do something small to make the day a bit better. Or at the very least, if you can't find time during the weekdays, make sure that you decompress or do something special on the weekends. Look, I hope the takeaway from this video wasn't that you have to just keep grinding and keep working hard 24/7. It's super important to balance academics with all the other parts of your life, like friends, family, hobbies, and so on. And speaking of doing things for fun, I actually gotta go to the gym right now, so like and subscribe for more.